4 more takeaways, plus 3 in turnovers because Caleb did throw a pick. 3 more INTs. They lead the NFL with 11, 16 total takeaways. That's also the most in the NFL. They're number 1 in turnover margin at plus 11. Dennis Allen dialed up a lot of blitzes, a lot of pressure, 13 of them to be exact. And I think he loves having Gordon and Brisker, sort of jack of all trade roles, to be able to bring some pressure from the safety and nickel spots. And they're both good blitzers, especially Kyler Gordon.
They like to come off the corner. They can get it done.
The defense is playing great. I don't think you can always live with expecting 2, 3, 4 takeaways a game, but the defense is playing great. They're finding a way to generate a little bit more pressure, even though they're not great at it with just their front 4. I think the good news is Montez Sweat had a very strong game. And if at least he can provide that kind of all-around game, that's a step in the right direction. Austin Booker should get activated this week, I would think, right? Otherwise, what's the rule on that? He's got to go back on IR because the 3-week window is open?
Yeah. He's got
so
3
this
weeks
is it.
to get
This
active.
is the 3rd week.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's back and maybe he provides even more pressure on the other side.
Well,
They're not getting a lot of it out of Dio.
You've got to cut somebody.
Somebody's got to go off, right?
No, somebody's got to go off the 53-man roster.
That's right.
They get to go bye-bye, clean out their locker,
yes,
and have a good life, that type of thing. So
they need another pass rusher. They need some more consistency from that other side. You've pointed out what you're seeing in Dio Odengbo, and it's not your assessment isn't great. You've said this in training camp.
No.
You said there just doesn't look to be a lot of natural feel to play the position.
Then I saw the effort in the first game that they played this year, and I said, all right, well, he's going to have to get by an effort, and tremendous. But I think he lacks confidence when he's in there now, too, because he's seen it kind of work in the first 6-7 weeks, and it's not been exceptional by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
And then the pressure of, hey, I got paid a good chunk of change to come out here, and I'm not being as productive as I possibly can be. And, again, he just doesn't seem like he's got a natural feel for the game of football.
They gave him a lot of money. I don't know what they were looking at and what they saw.
A lot of money. Just I don't see it. I see a robotic player is what I see. And that's bad. A robotic player is a player that does, just doesn't have a sense for it, doesn't feel for it.
Yeah.
Doesn't get to the corner, doesn't dip, doesn't do, doesn't do. It's got to think about what he's going to do. And when you're thinking about what you got to do, then it's too late already.
Yeah. So the defense was great again, and it was another great day for the rush offense. Their early down EPA per play was in the 93rd percentile. If you remember early last week, especially Tuesday, Wednesday after the win in Washington, we told you that their early down EPA per play when they ran the ball last week in Washington was in the 99th percentile. That's back-to-back games, 99th, 93rd percentile. That's fabulous. They rushed for 222. First time in a Bears uniform, Swift goes over 100 in back-to-back games. Swift and Monangai each averaged over 6 yards an attempt, and the Bears had 40 rushing attempts, the most in a game they've had since Week 11 at Detroit of the 2023 season. But as good as that was, the pass offense finished in the 44th percentile in EPA per play. Caleb's QBR and quarterback rating were worse than Spencer Rattler's, and he threw 3 picks, and they scored 14 points. It was not a good day for Caleb. It was not a good day for the pass offense. This isn't our opinion. That's a fact. They admitted it after the game. Caleb talked about how lousy he was. And there are some things that they've got to get fixed because they want to run the ball, and it's wonderful that they fixed some of the things that they fixed. It's great coaching. I mean, it really is. You use the bye week to your advantage. You coach some things up. Your scheme's good. You're executing. Jurko told you what's been happening with those middle 3 and why it's so successful right now.
Yes.
They're succeeding. As a whole, the rush offense is succeeding. The guys aren't getting touched in the backfield as much. I mean, it all looks great, and Ben Johnson loves this, and it's a huge part of his offense.
Downhill running.
At some point, the passing offense has to join, and they've got to they're going to have to strike a better balance. And it's been very clunky the last couple of weeks, and the quarterback, quite frankly, has to play better. The fact that Caleb is dead last in the NFL and expected completion percentage, that's not good enough. It just isn't. Ben Johnson talked about 70%. 70%. He's gone backwards. He was at 62.5% last year. He's at 61% this year. And that's not good enough in this offense.
That is going to the wrong direction.
Yes.
This isn't 1987 where a 58% completion percentage is acceptable.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So that's got to get cleaned up. I think some of the third down and red zone stuff has to get cleaned up. That's for Ben Johnson and the coaching staff to figure out. Like, what are they not doing? The center didn't do him any favors in the red zone yesterday. What, inside the 10-yard line twice, just double clutching the football?
Yeah.
I don't understand
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
Jurko said that should never happen.
Never.
Let alone twice in 2 quarters.
When the center decides to go. Go. You're the center.
I don't know what
you know what
that's
the
all
count's on. When that ball moves, take it all the way up. Get it to the quarterback.
Yeah, crazy. I mean,
Even if you're wrong, you're right in that situation. Even if nobody else moves, the center starts the play. Don't double clutch it. What's going on there? What is that, nervous tick of some sort?
I don't know.
Got to get rid of it. Got to get rid of it.
Get rid of that is right. All right, 312-332 ESPN if you want to talk Bears. How you feel after the win going forward here a little bit, why it's going to be different than it was a year ago. I think the biggest reason why is the coach and the coaching staff, first and foremost. It was great to see Dennis Allen get a game ball yesterday against his former team. And they're doing a lot well, and they're doing some things that need a lot of work and a lot of improvement. And Ben Johnson talked about it after the game yesterday. Here was Ben Johnson on addressing some of the mistakes and getting things cleaned up.
I think that's the benefit of when you win. You can usually coach a little bit harder, and so we're always truth tellers on Monday in particular. And when it's good, we'll tell them when it's good. When it's bad, we'll tell them what we got to clean up. And so there's a number of things there today that we can get better at.
I love hearing the honesty from the coach. This was Moose Johnson during the TV broadcast towards the end of the game.
Get this offense in balance. Right now the run game is really taken off, and they feel very, very confident in that. But I don't think Ben Johnson's going to feel real great about the passing game like he was when he came out to start the second half. He said we're still struggling there. And that route into the end zone, when your receiver doesn't even turn his head, and that's where you're going with the football.
Yeah, that was the one that hit the defensive back right in the face mask. And DJ Moore never got his head around. I had no idea that the ball was coming his way. So some stuff to clean up for sure. Just 2 of 6 in the red zone, 31% the last 3 weeks in the red zone. You got to see that tick up because
You've got to be better.
Yeah.
I don't even care if that's him, and he's reluctant to run the ball anymore. And I get it, but Carm, listen, you're in the pocket. You don't find him. The pressure's coming at you. You choose your exit strategy. Choose it. These are your options. Throw the damn ball out of bounds, one shot at the pocket, throw the ball out of bounds, or gain positive yardage. Those are your 2 options. Extending the play for him is a little bit awkward. It's awkward, extending the play. So right now, let's simplify his options, okay? If it breaks down, you get away, go toward the line of scrimmage. If you've got to throw the ball out of bounds, do it. Throw the ball out of bounds or get some positive yardage. That's it. Those are your 2 options. He did it again last week where he started doing the spinning. He reverse pivot. Now, the one time he did it on Chase Young coming off the corner, he just got free, made a miss. Reversed out, boom, got around, tried to make a play on the sideline. It got deflected by the other team. It went out of bounds. The other time he started to do the loop and then the reverse loop and then the reverse loop. And then in the essence, you didn't go anywhere. You just stayed in the same spot. Mm-hmm. Where if you didn't loop at all, you didn't do one of those loops, you could have still been looking downfield instead of turning your back to the line of scrimmage. So keep it simple. If you feel it, get out, get to the sideline, either throw the ball out of bounds or get the ball downfield. Rush for some positive yardage. That's it. Simplified for him because it's too complicated right now.
I thought Colston Loveland had a real nice game blocking. Would you agree? In the run game, Loveland.
That he was good.
I thought he had a real good game blocking.
I didn't draft him to block though.
That was what I was going to get to.
I drafted him to get out in the thing and to make catches and to make receptions and to be a threat down the field. And I don't know what Cole Kmet's situation is.
He's got a back injury.
He's got a back, so I'm anticipating Loveland having a bigger role. I wish they would quit trying to victimize him with these stupid penalties that they call against him.
It's terrible.
They're just he's not terrible. The officiating was terrible.
No, yeah. The call on him, the PI call on him was terrible.
Just ridiculous.
Absolutely terrible. Colston Loveland is on pace for 25 catches and 250 yards. That is surprising to me. Now, I know he missed about a game and a half, too. But he is on pace for 25, and this is not a knock on Colston Loveland, so please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm just telling you that Colston Loveland is on pace for 25 catches and 250 yards. That's surprising to me. I thought he'd be a bigger focal point of this offense. Tyler Warren is on pace for 80 catches and 1,000 yards.
What's Cole Kmet on pace for?
You got to give me 1 second.
I'll give you a second because combine both of the tight end numbers, and both of those numbers are going to fail in comparison to what they're doing in Indianapolis.
He's on pace for 80 catches and 1,000 yards.
I heard that. Now I'm asking you what Cole Kmet is on pace for,
Do some
so
quick
I can
calculator
figure
math.
out exactly what I can expect out of the tight end position here in Chicago.
Assuming he doesn't miss any time, Jurko,
Yeah.
he's on pace for 25 catches. They're on pace for 50 catches combined.
With the combination of the two.
The combination
So it doesn't
of
matter
the
who your
two.
tight end is. The tight ends right now in this office with this quarterback and with this head coach, Ben Johnson, right now the pace of play for this tight end, no matter who it was going to be, looks like it was going to be there for 50 catches. And remember when I told you about the distribution of the distribution?
The distribution?
Distribution, thank you. The distribution of the football. Remember what I told you at the beginning of the year?
I keep thinking
There's
of
only
it.
so many footballs and so many targets that can go around here on a quarterback who I had throwing at least 66% of the passes. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's if he doesn't get up to 66% and he's at 60,
Right.
you're talking about 500, 600 attempts. That's 30 to 36 receptions that are left on the ground.
That's right.
They're in the garbage. Nobody's going to be able to claim those. Okay? Wide receiver 1, Adunze, 2, DJ Moore, 3, Zacchaeus. Those 3 guys are being targeted right now at a 1-2-3 rate. All 3 wide receivers. The running back, I have a feeling, is being targeted more than the tight ends are. Okay? I told you there's only so many footballs that can go around in this offense. Who's going to get it? It's going to be the wide receivers. If George Kittle could be here, you know what he'd be on track for?
25 catches and
Yeah,
300 yards?
or 50 touchdowns if he was the only tight end. 50 catches.
Yeah,
if he's the only tight end,
50
here.
catches.
Yeah, he'd be on track for 50 catches.
They're on pace for like 50 combined catches and 600 combined yards.
Yeah, that's it. And who can I blame for that? I can blame Ben Johnson, the way he's designing the offense, because maybe he believes the wide receivers are more of a threat than his tight ends are. That's it. My point is, how can I ask more of Colston Loveland if they're not going to give him the football?
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
That's what's confusing to me.
Thank you.
And if you thought so much of him to grab him 10th overall,
Why is he not being featured?
why is he not more of a focal point of what you're trying to do offensively? Why is his skill set not being utilized? The guy in Indianapolis is a weapon every week. You see it.
How many targets does he have compared?
Well, let me get that for you 1 second. So, what's his name? Tyler Warren.
Ty Warren.
Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren has already been targeted 45 times.
45 times in 7 games for them.
Correct.
45 times. That's 6 and change.
6 and change,
Six
yeah.
and a half a game.
A game.
Is he the most targeted player on that football team?
Let me look. My guess is like Pierce or one of those guys is still maybe
but we
targeted
would be
more.
guessing.
Pittman
Michael
47,
Pittman.
Warren 45, Josh Downs 34, Pierce only 27.
Second most targeted player is their tight end. Is the tight end going to be successful?
And he was drafted 14th overall. So he's a focal point. Why? I don't understand.
Do you think Tyler Warren's not the happiest camper in the world that he didn't come to Chicago?
Right now, I'm sure he's
I am sure going to Indianapolis and knowing who the quarterback was going to be, he was probably scratching his head there too. But it's proven that quarterback has somewhat become out of nowhere more than capable to play quarterback in the AFC. Because he's finding a way to flourish.
And so I just don't. I wish at some point. I wish for a lot of things. Right? We're greedy fans. I know. I'm greedy. I understand.
But my point is, is it the failure of the tight end, Colston Loveland?
No.
Is it the failure of the staff, or is it simply that they're not in a position to feature a tight end in this offense with what they believe they have?
I guess I don't know who to blame. I'm not blaming him. I guess I'm confused as to why you were so gung-ho about drafting him 10th overall, and what's the vision?
Yeah.
What's the plan? I guess that's what's surprising to me, and a little bit of, I go, it's kind of odd. They're not featuring him that much.
And, I mean, we all love Laporta, right?
Yeah.
We love Laporta. 60 catches last year for 800 yards.
I mean,
Right.
I'll even take that. Again, you got a
Right.
guy on pace for 25 catches and 300 yards.
But you love
I mean,
Laporta. Cole Kmet 2 years ago had 70 receptions,
I know.
75 receptions. Your tight end position is only going to catch 50 balls this year. So you're going to go lambast the tight ends because they're not being thrown to anymore?
No.
Okay, well, I mean, that's where the focus has got to be. There's got to be an understanding of why somebody's not doing something.
Right, and that's
Swift,
what I'm-
why is Swift having success? Because they're tossing him the ball and he's getting the carries. Why is the running game successful? Because they're tossing the ball and they're giving him the carries.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm wondering why. I'm
When
not
you're-
blaming
okay,
Colston Loveland. I'm
so-
wondering why it looks this way because I think it's surprising to a lot of us.
When you're a receiver, you are dependent upon service. And where does the service come from? The quarterback. And the quarterback's got to be on his game for the offense to be running at his top cylinders. Can we agree that right now Caleb is not playing the best football that we hope he's going to play in his career?
I can agree.
So if guys are struggling on this football team receiving the football, you could always go back to, hey, the head coach and the quarterback got to be on the same page to be able to allow everyone to flourish out there.
Yeah.
It's the way it works.
Laporta's being targeted a little bit more than 5 times a game.
Is he?
In their offense. Yeah, so far. 312-332 ESPN for Carmen and Jurko. We got to take a quick break. We're talking a lot of Bears, obviously. We go till noon, and then it is Rich Eisen's show. We'll be right back, and we'll take some more Bears calls.